Hi Kaya Tribe, I am here to talk to you guys today about the importance of mind training. And a couple things for me triggered this conversation. One being that Nikki and I went and saw Kristen Bell talk, and she's one of my favorite actresses. I think she's hilarious and very real and honest. But something that she said that she was struggling with after all of her success that she's had. She's more successful than she's ever been in her whole life. She has a husband that she adores. She has 2 kids that she's super proud of and adores. And she's struggling more than ever before with finding happiness, because she said she feels like when she's at work, all she can think about is wanting to be home with her kids. And then when she's at home with her kids, all she can think about is wanting to be at work and get things done. And so she's having that inner struggle. And then I had it come up today in dealing with my teenager and him griping and complaining about the way his life is right now. And it's something that he can't change right now, but it's the same mental struggle of what we all go through on some level throughout our lives. And so for me, I know that with everything that we do, we have a commonality as a human, that our common goal is to be happy, right? With whatever it is, whether it's your work or your relationships or with your eating or your exercising or whatever the things are that you do in your life, it's for that ultimate goal of being happy. And that no matter what we achieve, what we work towards, we can't find that happiness unless we get control of where our happiness resides, which is up in our mind, right? So there couldn't be, to me, more important work than mindfulness training or meditation, because otherwise everything that we do, we will end up back in the same place. I don't know if you've seen the documentary I Am, but I encourage you to watch it. It's just realizing that no matter how many things you accumulate or how many things you accomplish, that if you don't get control of your mind and what you're thinking about, then those things are irrelevant, and no amount of accumulation is going to bring you that happiness. That being said, I think there are those foundational things we talk about a lot with that eat, sleep, move, that allows this machine that we walk around in to be able to function optimally so that we can have control over our mind. But that mindfulness practice, those 5 minutes a day, I feel like are the most important out of all the minutes that we spend doing anything else. Realizing that no matter where we go, if we let our mind control us and we follow that stream, that pounding waterfall of thought, and it's animalistic, so we are meant to always look for more. It's like an instinctual feeling, right? An instinctual feeling of wanting instant gratification or wanting always what's better. That's like an evolutionary thing that we have a tendency to do. And also that negative bias. So I don't know if you've heard this before, but I've talked about it in the past, is like we also have a tendency to look for what's wrong in our immediate environment. And that's a survival instinct that we have developed over millennia of trying to survive, right? The person that was enjoying and embracing the moment and maybe being mindful wasn't as likely to survive as somebody that was really seeking out things that could be wrong and then avoiding those things. But we don't need to look for what's wrong in our environment on a daily basis to survive anymore. And so we have the ability to grow the part of our brain that's peaceful, that's content, that is joyful, that's just in the here and now, rather than that fight or flight part of our brain, by practicing that. And that just means nobody's good at it too. I want to say that, is that nobody starts out at this as like, I'm really good at this. So no matter where you are, you're going to feel like you're not good at it at first, because none of us are. And it's a practice just like anything else of kindly redirecting our mind into, what am I thankful for? Every time you start to feel like I don't want to be here, or this is not what I want for my life, or all of that, understand that it's here to teach you something perhaps, but then also a lot of it is just our discontentment of our mind, and that's a practice. And then we can practice looking around and being thankful for the air that we breathe, that it's clean, right? That we are in the minority on this planet if we have clean water to drink, that our biggest problem is too much food, right? That we're surrounded by healthy, happy people, that we're still alive today, that we're able to walk and move, that we're able to take big, deep breaths. All these little tiny things that have not been taken away from us that we can be grateful for in the moment. And it just takes over and over and over and over a practice. And it does take a lifetime, but we have a lifetime, right? We have our whole life to work on this. And if we just get incrementally a tiny bit better, that 1% better we talk about, that our lives will become more happy than discontent. So it's a practice, it's work, but it's work that is so worth it. I can't think of anything that is more worth it than retraining our mind to see the good in our life. Love you guys. I'll see you next time.